20 years. 20 lot.
Let her go immediately.
Take another.
Mikush is alive.
What do I care?
You better let her go. You've stooped so.
All right. Look, the money they hid.
Yours? That's not...
Lies! All lies. My grand... He had many when he was...
It was his property.
He had no... Svatosh hates Svasavai. I was still barely after that.
You're damn lucky. Enough talk.
Be reasonable.
I said... You've done much evil. And why? You won't leave here before receiving punishment.
We'll see who gets the bigger punishment. Ah! Ah! Oh! Ah! 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 Oh, my stomach! I must have food poisoning.
He wanted to kill me.
It's all right. It's all...
You both all right?
My sweet Vendula. Did he hurt you?
I'm all right, Ma.
Thank God. Thanks for the rescue, Henry. And thank you for Mikush, too. The poor things must have suffered. Hunker, that bastard. I hope he'll pay for all his crimes.
He's paid for his crimes. He won't hurt anyone ever again.
Some weeds just have to be pulled out before it's too late, as Ma used to say.
Hanker didn't end up killing anyone.
Oh, stop talking nonsense. Every criminal deserves a just punishment. And I thought seeing my own home burned to the ground was the worst thing.
We've gone through a lot, Ma. So much suffering. We have to leave this place. Get as far away as possible, as soon as possible.
Wait. Did you hear something?
I don't hear anything.
There! Again! Someone's outside. Jesus! It's those bandits! There must have been more of them.
Ma, take it easy. I don't hear anything.
Henry, go and have a look.
It's not the bandits. Look who's come home.
Mikush!
Pa!
You made it here quickly.
I came as fast as I could. I nearly gave up the ghost. I was so worried about the two of you.
I'm so glad you survived. That horrible hunker tried to kill us.
I know. All because of the inheritance. He went absolutely mad.
If it weren't for Henry, he'd have killed Vendula. And then me.
That lunatic. Who would have guessed that about him? He used to be a good lad.
Well, that good lad is gone for good. Henry sent him straight to hell.
Well, I suppose it's for the best. I'm awfully knackered. I need to lie down for a bit. Will you help me?
Of course, Pa. Come and rest inside.
I reckon you're hungry too. Vendula, give him some gruel. It should still be warm.
All right. Come on, Pa. Carefully.
And the two of us should have a word.
What did you want to talk about?
I wanted to thank you for everything. You saved our entire family.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
As you might have figured out, everything that happened was all because of our inheritance, which I hid from the soldiers in Messalis. I understand you've done everything you can for us, but I wanted to ask if you could go and get it for us. You're a strong, capable man, and you don't scare easy, and it'll be worth your efforts. Trust me.
All right, I'll look for it. But you'll have to tell me where I'll find it.
Listen, I'll tell you everything. My memory's not as good as it once was. Our house is the third one on the right when you follow the main road towards Visoka. Anyone entering the village goes by our house. Must have been about 2 days before the tragedy. The neighbor boy ran over and started yelling about how something was coming, that he'd heard it from the patrol on the road. No one believed him, not even his pa. After all, why would soldiers attack a monastery village, one far from their camp? It didn't make any sense. That night, though, I had a strange dream. I tried to put out a fire, but the more water I poured on it, the bigger the flames got. So I decided to hide all our valuables. Only I couldn't do it during the day. I was worried someone would see me. I put all of it in a chest, loaded it onto a handcart, and waited till nightfall.
Why didn't you run right away?
The neighbor lad wasn't exactly trustworthy. You know the tale about the boy who cried wolf? This one time, he ran around yelling a whole pack of wolves was coming.
But not a wolf in sight.
Not even a hare. But anyway, when night fell, I snuck out the back of our house with a handcart, making my way through the hole in the fence next to the compost heap. Mikush was supposed to fix that hole a long time ago. But as good as he is with a needle and thread, well, when it comes to other work, you can forget about it. At least it made things easier for me. First, I headed right. Then I turned left, up the path, around the neighbor's barn. It's outside his fence. I had to stop there, because the neighbor's little brat was still awake and wandering around. Fortunately, he didn't see me. So I kept going past a low wall where two paths cross. There, I went left. Once I was safely out of the village, a dog started barking at me, so I had to pick up the pace. Instead of turning right down the path, I went straight into the field there. That handcart was damned heavy, and it was rough going off the path. I crossed the field, making it to the woods, but the wheel got stuck there. I couldn't go any further, and it was pitch black. I lit a lantern and dug a pit to fit that chest. Took me forever. When I was done, I could barely walk straight. The sun was coming up. I left the handcart and shovel there and went back the way I came. I hope those directions are good enough for you to find it.
Why did you do all that work yourself? Why didn't your husband help?
The fewer people know about it, the better. I didn't want to leave anything to chance.
That's all I need. I'll go and find your inheritance. What's the story with your inheritance?
My father, Old Man Svatos, was quite wealthy, at least compared to the rest of the village. You see, he worked all fields and farms around here. He had 9 children, but only me and my younger sister Ludmilla made it into adulthood. And then, when he died, he left everything to me. He wanted to be sure, because with Ludmilla, he was worried she'd blow through all of it.
Why did your father disinherit Ludmilla?
She was quite flighty. She liked to have a good time, if you know what I mean. She was never without a man. Then she brought this hired hand home. Fanos was his name. She had to marry him, as she was in the family way. Svatos threw her out of the house without a second thought, heartlessly. And he never mentioned her again.
Why didn't you help Ludmilla then? Hanka said you didn't care about them. That you left them to starve to death.
That's not true. I offered to help her. I found her a job, but it was in vain. She was mad. Sometimes something came over her, like she was possessed. It was frightening, and it got worse and worse. It seems Hanka has inherited it from her. Those aren't the kind of people you let live in your house.
Why didn't you help Hanka at least? He lost his father after he got hurt in the mines. He must have been desperate.
Fanos? A miner? Where did you hear that? He never stepped foot out of the village. He drank so much, he lost his job, and then fell off a cliff at Simperk. He was a common swindler, and he was delusional, just like his lunatic mother.
How did Svatos become so wealthy?
He was a good farmer. When he was young, he worked on a big farm somewhere near Colleen and worked his way up from the bottom to become the custodian. But it's no coincidence he ended up in Mezeles. He was close with the old custodian of the Sedlets monastery. They were friends. Sometimes you've just got to meet good fortune halfway.
What did he do with such a large inheritance?
What do you think? I took care of it the way Pa wanted, so our Groshen didn't just roll away from us. So our Vendula would have a good life, a good dowry, and a good husband. At least someone as good as my Mikush.
I'd like to know more about Meseles.
Those are sad memories.
You know, I've been through something similar. Sigismund's army burned down my hometown. Skalitz.
My lord! Thank God you managed to save yourself.
Unfortunately, very few of us were so lucky. My ma and pa stayed behind.
I'm so sorry to hear that. What would you like to know, Henry?
I know reliving it isn't easy, but I'd be interested to know how the attack unfolded.
Like I said, we were prepared for it, unlike the others. The soldiers came from the main road. First the horsemen. They cut down anyone who stood in their way. Then came the first flaming arrows, and the roofs began to burn. The horsemen then stormed the farm, and that's all I saw. May God save the souls of those innocent people.
You said you were prepared, so someone warned you?
I already told you, Henry. A few days earlier, the neighbor boy was shouting about how he had heard something was going to happen. And then, I had the strange dream. So I decided to get ready, just in case.
Did you know where you'd flee to?
I did. I remember this old hut by Billiny. A long time ago, the Lord's huntsman and his family lived there. When the forest fell under the ownership of the monastery, he had to move out. It was empty for years, and now it's our home.
What was Meseles like before all this? Was it a big village?
I wouldn't call it big. Maybe back in my father's day, but not in recent years. As more and more silver started coming out of the mines, people moved to work in Kutenberg. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nobody left to work in the fields soon. But what can you do? That's a question for the custodian. And there's no reason to ask now anyway.
Was there anything peculiar about Messales?
What do you mean?
Well, something worth looking for, I mean. Something the soldiers might have wanted.
They didn't attack us for our buried inheritance, that's for sure. They came for food and plunder. Though, on second thought, I heard something about a mysterious cave that's supposedly beneath Messales. But I reckon that's just an old wives' tale.
What are you gonna do now?
I hope that inheritance brings us back the happiness we've lost. I hope our suffering ends soon, and we'll see better days again.
I'm going for the inheritance. I hope it's still there.
I'm sure it is. No one would ever think to look where it's hidden. Me, Vendula, and Mikush will wait here for you.
Be still, Pa.
How is he?
Not well. He needs to rest.
What about you?
Not so good either. I'm still trembling. In any case, thanks for the rescue. Who knows what Hanker is capable of? We don't have to worry about him anymore.
Svataba sent me for your inheritance.
She finally came to her senses. I told her I'd go there myself. We could have had money and left this hut behind long ago. But she doesn't trust me and is always so worried about me, as if I was a little girl. If she wasn't so afraid, none of this would have ever happened.
What's the story with your inheritance?
I didn't know anything about what Hanker was so angry about. Nothing about any disinheritance or quarrels. Or do you mean how Ma buried it? I saw her taking everything of value from the house and loading it onto a handcart. But honestly, I just thought it was another of her whims. But I couldn't have been more wrong.
Was Hanker entitled to the inheritance?
Who knows? He was always just a strange cousin to me. We greet each other, but that's all. I never could have expected what someone like him is capable of. When he goes mad.
What about that one time you danced with Hanker?
What about it?
I hear he sort of fell for you after that.
That's not true. And if it was, what do I care?
I think that by dancing with him, you were making fun of him. Isn't that right?
Making fun of him? Why would I do that?
Because you wanted to put on a show for your friends from the village. Because you knew Hanker's not right in the head, so you did it on purpose. And you nearly paid for it with your life and the lives of your family.
Aye. The girls kept egging me on to do it. To ask the ugliest bloke there to dance.
So it was just a stupid dare.
If only I'd known I was only adding fuel to the fire. My God.
I'm going to get your inheritance.
Good luck. Maybe then Ma will finally wisen up and we'll leave this place.
Behold, I am the handmaid of the
Mikush,
What hurts?
The wound. And my legs.
I'll have a look at it and change your bandage later. Try to get some
O
sleep.
Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Wherefore we beseech thee, O Lord,
Go! Go! Gah!
How's life treating you? Not too bad. I've got so much to do. I'd have to split myself in two to get it done.
Greetings. What do you need?
How you doing, Baker?
You asking about business or just in general?
Well, maybe I'll buy something. But I simply wanted to talk with you.
Well, I suppose, but you can't be surprised I'm so cautious. These days, people are quite wary of foreigners who just want to chat.
I suppose that has something to do with the Hungarian army.
Exactly. Now everybody watches their tongue and their supplies because of them. They eat everything up and break the rest. It's been a bit quiet lately, but that won't bring the dead back to life.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then, eh?
Greetings, lad. What do you want?
Folk are saying you need help with some dragon bones or something?
Yes, it's true. So everyone's talking about it already.
Actually, I only heard it from the innkeeper.
I might have known it. These innkeepers, they spread gossip like old fishwives. But you've come here to offer help?
Yeah. But first, you'll have to tell me what it's all about.
Ah, yes, of course. I need to quickly deliver a message to the Abbot of Sedlitz and bring back a reply.
I've never been a messenger for the church before.
The ways of the Lord are mysterious. For instance, I'm traveling to Vlashim. I'm a messenger too. I decided to spend the night here, and, well, you can see for yourself. When someone discovers something like this, whatever it is, we have to deal with it straight away. It's a church matter.
So the message will be about the bones, will it?
Of course. But if you want to hear any more, you'll have to promise to help me.
I'll deliver your message for you.
Thank you. And as I promised, I'll answer your questions. What do you want to know?
Who is this message for?
It's for the head of Sedlet's monastery, the abbot. He's the only one who can properly assess the situation and decide how to proceed.
But they won't let me into the monastery.
You don't have to go in. When I was leaving Sedlet's, the abbot was planning to visit a small church near Kuttenberg. A new parish priest, Tobias, took charge of it recently, so I suppose he wants to see how he's doing. In any case, the important thing is to deliver the message right into the abbot's hands.
Why do you need a middleman to deliver the message? You said you're a messenger yourself.
I am, but I'm headed from Sedlets to Vlashim, not the other way round. Besides, folks from the village are already spreading all sorts of rumors about the findings. They come to me wanting to know what the bones mean. They're worried it's some kind of divine punishment. If I were to leave now, it would look like the church wanted nothing to do with it, and I certainly can't let that happen.
What else do you know about the bones?
A woodcutter found them and brought one here to show to the locals. Of course, the story spread like wildfire. People think they're dragon bones or something. I keep trying to explain to everyone there are no dragons in these parts. I mean, St. George killed a dragon, that's unquestionable, but I seriously doubt it was in the woods by Bilani.
Why not? Maybe a dragon really did live here.
If that were the case, we'd have records of it, lad. All I want is to help the locals to not be afraid, so they can continue to live in peace and God's favor.
That's why you're writing to Sedlet's monastery.
Yes. I'm hoping the abbot can advise me how to solve this unfortunate situation.
Thanks. I think that's all I need to know.
You're welcome, son. Take care on your travels. Till we meet again.
What a day.
That looks like a bloody expensive horse.
Go! Go! God! Go! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Greetings to you.
God in heaven, you'll see.
Was möchtest du, mein Freund?
Can I eat and sleep here?
Ja, warum nicht? And for how long?
I need to stay for a longer time.
Aye, that can be arranged if you have the coin.
Agreed. I'll pay. Here's your groschen.
Sehr gut. I knew we'd come to an agreement. Your bed's ready, and there's some food in the pot.
Where can I find my room?
Go up the stairs, through the door. It's the first room on the right. You can't miss it. You'll see a wreath hanging on the wall there.
What's new around here?
In letzter Zeit, there has been talk of some disputes between the miners in Kuttenberg. Ich weiß nicht, worum es geht, but I hear it has something to do with their traditional archery competition. If you're interested, go and see Foreman Vlach in the Black Horse Tavern. Und noch was. Stymir, the smith, finally found a new apprentice. Also, he will stop moaning to me about how he cannot find anyone who knows one end of a hammer from the other. Wie wenig es braucht, einen Mann glücklich zu machen. And I don't know if you heard, but the forest beyond Old Kutna was on fire.
No, I didn't. I'm not from round here.
We were lucky it rained that day, or the whole forest would have gone up in flames. And with the town being so close, it could have been even worse. Und das ist alles, Junge.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper. What's new around? What's new around here?
There's a lad.
I'll have a look at your wares.
Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
But the town?
Father, may I have a word?
We're in the middle of an important discussion, my child. Can it wait?
Forgive me, but it's urgent, Father. I have a message for you from a monk in Bilani. It's intended for you personally.
A monk in Bilani? Brother Slava? He should have been in Vlashim by now. How did you come by that? Where did you find it?
Find what? What's happened?
This here,
Henry.
Henry brought a message that a dragon was found in Bilani.
A dragon? A live dragon?
Just some large bones. But everyone believes they're from a dead dragon. One of the locals found them, some woodcutter. People are afraid another one will appear at any moment now. And this time, a live one. They're quite frightened.
Couldn't this fellow have made it all up? Or could someone have planted the bones there?
You think someone might be trying to mislead people? And the people of Bilani in particular? That doesn't seem likely. Someone likely really did find something odd there. If the parishioners are uneasy and confused, we have to help them. And if this man made it all up, as you say, we'll see to it they stop believing all that nonsense.
Has anyone seen the bones? Do you have any proof?
That's all I know. In any case, I think Slava put everything important in the letter.
If it's true, and the people there really did find something, don't you think the king should be informed?
Why? If you ask me, the people are in need of spiritual guidance. A matter for the church, in other words.
But I'm sure this find would interest His Majesty.
The king? Which one? Wenceslas? Gerhard, I'm sure the favor you enjoy at court won't suffer if you spare Sigismund further headaches. Don't forget, you're still a member of our order, and the well-being of the church should be uppermost in your mind.
The good of the church is the most important thing for me, I assure you. But could this not also be of use to us? Yes, the whole of Bilani is talking of nothing else. But if we actually had those bones, if everyone believes it, maybe they'd be a better use for the remains.
That's enough. The fewer people know about it, the better.
Of course, you're quite right, Father.
Henry, you will make sure the bones are handed directly to Slava. Understand?
Why me? I'm just a messenger.
Not anymore. You're in Bilani. You know the place. Slava will take care of the people. You'll take care of the bones. Don't forget that helping the church is the worthiest deed of all.
What will you do with the bones? Destroy them?
That isn't your concern. They just have to disappear. But since you're so interested, yes, I intend to destroy them.
Shouldn't I bring the bones straight to you, sir? Then you can decide what to do with them.
Good heavens, no. There's enough talk about them already. Bringing them here would only make things worse. You'll hand over the bones to Slava.
I know you already discussed it, sirs, but wouldn't it really be better if the king was at least informed about them? He might want to see such a rare thing with his own eyes.
Indeed, that's another reason why the king should know.
We could take them to him together. When I find them.
Enough. I've already said we will not drag the king into this. No one knows what this really is, and the people in Bilani are going out of their minds on account of them and ignoring our teaching. I do not intend to allow word to spread about any of this business. You understand me, Gerhard?
Yes, Father.
And as for you, Henry, this is not your concern. You have your task, so just make sure you accomplish it. Disobeying my instructions could be considered heresy.
I understand, Father Abbot.
Gerhard, show him out. God be with you.
This way, then. Phew. That was quite a discussion, eh? The abbot isn't usually so stubborn, but it's true that his opinions often tend to be, well... Hold on. Have you got a moment? There's something I need you to do.
What's it about?
It's about this delicate matter of the bones. You might have noticed the abbot and I don't quite see eye to eye on this.
I noticed.
What I want to say is, I believe you people found dragon bones. You wouldn't make it up, would you? But I also believe it's inappropriate to do anything with such a rare relic in Bilani. It would be put to much better use in other hands. So I'd like to propose a deal. You bring me the bones, and I'll reward you generously for them. What do you say?
And what's the catch? There's always a catch.
True enough. I just need to be absolutely sure I'll get the bones.
You don't trust me?
Oh, don't take it personally. I don't trust anyone. I always have a safeguard. So, however this conversation ends, you won't be the only one I send to get the bones. Then I'll pay whoever comes back with them first.
What do you want those bones for?
Don't concern yourself with that. I know a few important people who would definitely take an interest in this find.
What important people? Nobles? Wenceslas? Or Sigismund, perhaps?
Curiosity killed the cat, as they say.
What if I refuse? It all seems a bit suspicious.
Do what you think's best.
You mentioned a reward. Are you talking about a lot of coin?
Enough for you to be able to buy whatever you want. I'm not in the habit of shortchanging the people who work for me.
It's a deal. I hope it'll be a decent sum.
Like I say, you won't be left wanting.
Where will I find you?
We'll meet at the Traveller's Inn outside Kuttenberg.
Whoa! Go! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
You see what that ginger fox Sigismund is doing to our land? He wants to burn us all! Go home quick and start praying. Only God can save us from the foreign hordes. And give all your...
That much, eh? Yeah, not my brother. More than my own wife. All right now. Take it easy. What are you going
glaube nicht.
Gracias, more. Avarde, sarsal, more.
Are you in charge of the black market with horses?
Black market with horses? I am Boyar Stoya of Mondra, and my brother Mikol and I have been commissioned by King Sigismund to deal with the administration of equine matters, valid for Kuttenberg and its surroundings. Mangones officia, also known as Ars Mangonica, is otherwise banned in Hungary and Bohemia. Our job is to wipe out unnecessary trading in times of war.
And what does it involve? Being a horse trader in the region?
Hungary, Transylvania, even our home, Wallachia, unfortunately lack equus valde bonus. King Sigismund himself allowed us, the brothers of Mondra, to buy up Bohemian horses and export them. We buy Selati as well as Redari, meaning both riding and work horses. But due to the Emperor's current situation, we don't have as many groschen as when the city first came under siege.
Can I acquire a horse here?
Not usually. But as I am sure you know, Bohemia has been ransacked. Stables are demanding higher and higher prices for horses. But with Emperor Sigismund's blessing, I can offer Equus Magnus to knights who can't afford their full price. Which means that for a small fee, I can tame any horse you bring to me and teach him to call you Master.
I see. If I wanted something like that, where should I bring the horse?
Bring him over here to the flag.
That's what I thought. I've already brought a horse there.
I'm sure you'll agree that selling your own horse isn't exactly common. How would you get around? Where would you store your spoils of war? Who would you feed treats to, huh? Questions. So many questions. Either you exchange your horse for a new one, or sort out your differences some other way.
Show me your wares.
Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
Yes? Quick! Quick! Ah! Whoa. Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
Jesus Christ be praised.
Was willst du?
I'd like something to eat and to spend the night.
Ja, warum nicht? And for how long?
I'll stay here longer.
Sehr gut. But you'll have to pay in advance.
All right, I'll pay. Here's the money.
Sehr gut. The room's yours. Anyone can sleep like a king here. And if you're hungry, there's some food in the pot.
Where can I find my room?
Our guest rooms are on the first floor. You'll recognize yours by the green wreath above the door.
What's going on around here?
If you're a good craftsman, try asking at the construction site. Krishan was looking for some laborers here recently.
And where might I find this Krijan?
Ist hier in der Festung. In the local fortress. You'll find him easily enough. He is a mountain of a man. Zum Abschluss, I have some advice for you. It isn't easy to talk about this, but you should hear it. A bunch of black guards from the Hungarian camp have occupied an abandoned barn not far from here. They rob and steal. Nothing sacred to them. And they've even killed a couple of people. Most recently, a local herdsboy.
What?
He didn't want to give them a sheep, so they killed him and the rest of his flock and all.
That really happened?
Just on the other side of the stream here. Tja, und wer weiß, if they even buried the poor lad. Diese verdammten ungarischen Teufelskerle. Am besten, if you simply keep away from the place.
Why doesn't the local bailiff do anything about them?
Pah, because even though they are certainly deserters, they still wear Hungarian colors, and the people here are scared to death of Sigismund. Und weiß Gott zu Recht. Und das ist alles.
That doesn't sound bad. Thank you, innkeeper.